Vader! Darth Vader! He's all about Darth Vader. Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Katie.
Do you mind if we...
What?
Everything in the headphones going... We could move that, or you could stop shaking.
I can't help it. I just want to shake my leg in peace. Leave me alone. You're making the table creak. Look at you. That's way worse.
If that's just because I'm fat and I'm leaning on the table.
No, it has nothing to do with anybody's weight. This table just, it's creaky.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
This table is very heavy. So if it's okay with you, I wanted to talk about Star Wars for a little while. I know that's a little bit out of our, it's not babies or poop or anything like that. You okay with that?
I guess.
Yeah? Well, what do you want to talk about?
You're the one who suggested it. I didn't say I wanted to talk about Star Wars.
You don't have nothing to talk about with Star Wars?
Nothing. I got nothing.
You're going to be making fun of me.
I ain't got nothing to talk about.
Stop it. You want to talk about eating? Would you like to do that?
Stop.
Why don't you share that with the world?
Really, what are you talking about?
What were you doing very shortly before we started the podcast?
I was eating a brownie.
You were doing what?
I was eating a brownie.
Eating a brownie or Eden, like the garden? I went and saw Rogue One again today for the second time. And this is why. I went with my friend Tim. Why are you laughing?
Because y'all are so crazy. You guys went and saw it.
Right.
And you had your opinions, your feelings about it.
We did.
Okay.
Which weren't good.
And then you're like, let me go pay the the $10 or whatever you pay for your ticket. Again, a second time for a movie that I really didn't enjoy that much the first time around.
Right.
Just to see if the opinion sticks. Like, do you realize how crazy that is?
I do. And first of all, I wouldn't see, now I'm going to be worried about everything that I'm saying and the way that I say
there
it
ain't
because
nothing to worry about.
Because you started making fun of me right off the bat. The tickets here at our theater were only like $6.50.
Oh, well, you went for the matinee too.
Yeah, it was 10:05 a.m. this morning.
That's crazy.
Now, before I talk about our feelings on the movie, this is what happened when we got to the movie. It was 34 degrees. It was cold, right? I go in, I get the ticket, and the lady looks at me and she goes, "Hey, just to let you know, this is our first showing of the day. The theater's big. It may take a while for the heater to get it warmed up a little bit because they didn't run
it kind of poses the question, especially for a space that large. What time do you think they left there last night? Probably late, right?
Right.
Depending on what time the last movie time was. It was late. Why'd they turn the heat completely off? Turn it down.
Because it costs money.
It costs more money for them to have to reheat that whole humongous space.
Maybe.
Then they could have just turned it down a few degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Where it wouldn't be like running all night long. But that way the next morning they come in and you just turn it up a little bit and it only has to warm it up a little bit. It has to work really hard to warm up that whole huge space. Anybody should know that. Anybody with central heat and air should know that.
Yeah.
It's always better to adjust the temperature than to turn it completely off and on, especially when it's really hot or really cold. So that makes no sense to me. That's why movie theaters have to be charging $10 a ticket because they gotta pay some high electric bills.
I can't believe, like, how emotional you're getting right now about the most bland topic I think we've ever talked about on the show.
It makes no sense to me.
Okay.
Just a thought.
So she tells me that, and I'm like, all right, whatever, that's fine, I get it. Plus, I'm hot-natured anyways, like, I like it to be cold. And I had a coat. I wasn't worried. We go to the movie, and about halfway through, I'm freezing. I was like, I don't think it's not only is it not getting warmer, it's getting colder. Like the tip of my nose. Like I was having to put my hand over it and like breathe into my hand. Mm-hmm. We've all done that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's getting colder. I think they turned the air on. Well, after the movie was over, I went outside and the temperature had dropped from 34 degrees to like 19 within a span of...
That's a little chilly.
2 hours. I go to my car. The lock is frozen. I'm having to fight to get it in. I get into the car and now there's ice on every window, the windshield, the side windows, you know. Luckily, when I got my car inspected, the guy that was inspecting it broke my handle off on the inside, so I was able to use that to scrape the scrape the ice off of the side window.
Oh, that's convenient.
But I had never seen the temperature drop like that in the middle of a day in such a short period of time. I think that's really the end of that. But we went and saw the movie. Just such an abrupt stop.
Okay, I'm done with the story now.
If you were in a vehicle and that kind of stop happened, you would have whiplash. That part of the story's over. No, we went back and saw the movie again because the first time we didn't like it. Both of us. But everybody in the world that is watching this movie is talking about how amazing it is.
And you just couldn't wait till it came out on DVD.
And no. And I was like, not only did I not think it was amazing, I didn't even think it was that good. I didn't think it was that good. Well, I started thinking about it, and the night that we went and seen it, I had to be up at 4 o'clock the next morning. So you know how I am. When I know I've got to be up early, I start like...
Oh, you panic. You get so
I do. I panic. I
cranky.
freak out about it. And I shouldn't have even gone that night. We went in there, got our tickets. This is the first time we saw it, not today. And they put us in the wrong line. So like we were standing in line for a good 30 minutes, and they started letting everybody in. And we showed them the tickets, and they're like, oh, well, you're in the wrong line. You have to go wait over here. So then we had to go sit in another line. Now, we were going to go see the movie in 3D. When we paid for the tickets, they didn't give us the glasses. So I assumed there would be like somebody there handing us the glasses as we go in. That wasn't the case. They should have gave us the glasses when we paid for the ticket. Mm-hmm. So it's like all this stupid stuff is happening. So we're already going in like aggravated. When I was watching the movie today, I realized there were big chunks of that movie that I had never seen before.
You're sleeping.
Because apparently I was falling asleep during the movie.
I've seen you try to watch TV at night. I know how it is.
And it's not because I thought it was bad. It was just because that's how I am late at night.
I have a problem of dozing off in movie theaters, especially like the last several years.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired, and you get in like this dark movie theater, and you get all comfy, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, and it has nothing to do with like if how good the movie is. I'm just tired.
So I just wanted to formally apologize for putting my negative thoughts about the movie out in the world, because I went back, we watched it, and my opinion did not stick. I think it's a very, very good movie. I just had to go see it at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Versus 10. Yeah. Or you guys saw it later than 10.
Yeah, we saw it it was 10:30 at night or something. Like, I'm not young anymore. That's all there is to it. Not young anymore.
It has to be the right conditions for me to be able to like this movie.
And then I was thinking about it. So right before I went in this morning, I was outside pounding a Red Bull. I was like, I am going to sit through this movie, and I'm going to have energy, and I'm going to have fun. And it was really, really good. So I can't wait till it comes out on
Well, I'm glad you
DVD.
didn't go see it for a second time and go, yeah, I still hate it. It's still not good.
That would have been miserable. July 14th, War of the Planet of the Apes comes out. Mm-hmm. I plan on seeing that one a couple times. I think it's going to be really good.
Well, it's right around your birthday, so
it is.
We'll have to arrange for a sitter.
Big party.
We'll have a third one by then.
Yeah, we got to find somebody that's going to watch.
We really got to start asking in advance.
Yeah. Could you watch a herd of people for us while we go to the movies?
Watch 2 2-year-olds plus a newborn? Piece of cake. We'll start asking around now.
Something else that happened in the Star Wars universe of our life today that
The Star Wars universe of our life? What does that mean?
I mean, like, we have...
What does that mean?
Me and the kids have been watching Star Wars a lot. We got them some toys for Christmas. Like, they like Star Wars.
They do. We asked them, we might have said this on the last podcast. I can't remember because it was like a week or 2 ago. I can't remember, but
actually, this is going to be our second week in a row that we release an episode on time.
Is it really?
Yep.
I don't even know what day it is. But anyway, we were asking the kids the other day, and I was like, do you want me to turn on Super Y? Because they love Super Y.
Sure.
And I like for them, if they're going to watch something, I like for them to watch educational stuff as much as possible. Not always, but I was like, do you want to watch Super Y? And Reagan said, no, I want to watch Star Wars.
My girl.
That was her response. And then Riley's like, Darth Vader! Darth Vader! He's all about Darth Vader. Like 20th Century Fox thing will come on. And he goes, Darth Vader! Like, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. Reagan knows. She says Star Wars.
Sorry, I made myself chuckle.
You think about Riley saying Darth Vader?
No, I think I found my beginning sound clip again. It's just you going, Darth Vader! Darth Vader! Like,
I went to go get Riley dressed the other day. And I went to put the shirt on, and I think it was like an Avengers shirt. Mm-hmm. They had the Avengers on it. Cool shirt, right? And he said, where's my Darth Vader shirt? I want my Darth Vader shirt. And I was like, oh God, here we go. I'm not ready for them to start arguing with me about the clothes they wear. I'm like, I buy the clothes, I pick out your clothes, you wear them, there's no arguments. And I know it's coming because, we do have a daughter. But I'm not ready for it yet.
And she adores clothes.
She loves clothes, yeah.
It's
I'm
crazy.
like, oh my God, I'm so dreading the day I'm like going to have to argue with her over what she wears. Yeah, he was like, where's my Darth Vader shirt? And I was like, oh crap, is it clean? Oh my gosh. He got a Star Wars shirt for Christmas. And it just says Star Wars. It has no characters on it, only the lettering of Star Wars.
Yeah.
But he calls it his Darth Vader shirt because he knows, like, Star Wars equals Darth Vader. It's one and the same. So I had to go dig it. Thank God it was clean because I was like, he was like demanding, where's my Darth Vader shirt? I want my Darth Vader shirt. And I was getting ready to leave the house. And so I was like, oh, thank God.
A little seltzer water would have cleared it right up. Whatever nastiness.
I mean,
was
I'm not
on
going
it.
to sit here and act like my kids have never, ever worn something that wasn't cleaned before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't dress my kids in dirty laundry. I don't.
I don't know.
That sounded really
I don't know.
bad.
I don't know. You might.
After today, yeah, we had an incident today. Our kids, they like to take their clothes off. Like, we'll get them dressed, and then we'll turn around, and their clothes are off.
Yeah.
And then Reagan...
And then they get mad because they can't put them back on.
Reagan likes to just take her clothes off and then practice putting them back on. And we know this because, like, it was today. You said, did you put her shirt on inside out? And I said, no, I did not.
Like, she probably flipped it inside out when she was pulling it off her
She'll
head.
take
yeah.
her clothes off and then she'll put them back on. And we, like, sometimes I don't know, except for I turn around and an article of clothing is inside out or backwards and inside out. But, yeah, today Riley had removed all of his clothes. Found his pants, put them back on. I was like, where's your shirt? Could not find his shirt anywhere. They were playing in their room. I was like, it has to be here or right outside of the room because the baby gate was up at their room. They'll throw things over the baby gate. We couldn't find it anywhere. And then I described the shirt to you. You said, is this it? And I said, yeah, it was. Where did you find it? It was in the laundry basket. The laundry basket was sitting on our dining room table. Their bedroom,
3.5 feet up in the air.
yeah, their bedroom is right off the dining room. And so, yeah, the table, it's only a few feet away from their doorway. And he had to have thrown this shirt into the laundry basket.
Like a 3-point nothing but net shot.
Like, I don't even know how that happened. So my next thought was, oh my gosh, how many times have they thrown dirty laundry back into the laundry basket? And I mean, because I only keep clean laundry in this particular laundry basket.
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you probably put dirty clothes on them all the time because they just...
Not all the time. I do laundry I do like 2 loads of their laundry a week.
Oh, man.
That's a lot of baby clothes.
My poor kids are just walking around in nasty clothes.
No, they're wearing the same pajamas tonight that they wore last night.
Yeah.
Because they're they only have one set of like footy pajamas right now, and it's really, really cold.
It's crazy cold.
Yeah, it's really, really cold. And it was really cold last night, so they are wearing the same pajamas. I do not make it a practice for them to wear dirty clothes. But like I said, I'm not saying it's never, ever, ever happened.
Now, 7 minutes ago when I said what was happening next, I never even got to say it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
I don't know. We tangent.
I don't even remember
we
what
tangent
happened.
sometimes. It's okay.
I do get off on tangents like crazy.
Because I watched Rogue One today, I was like, I kind of want to watch A New Hope. Because that's theoretically the movie that would have came afterwards. But I mean, it was the first one ever made. Well, tonight, Riley did something different. It came on, and instead of yelling Darth Vader, he goes, Jabba!
He did.
And I was like, why is he picking out the villains? Like, he likes the villains.
And like he just learned who Jabba the Hutt was. And he called him Frog there for a little while because we're like, oh, he looks like a frog. Like a ginormous, squishy frog.
Well, we were reading the Star Wars, the kid Star Wars book we have, and I was trying to show him the characters, and I was like, yeah, this is Jabba. Jabba kind of looks like a big frog. Mm-hmm. And that stuck.
Yeah, so he's been calling him Frog.
Yeah. But he's finally calling him Jabba now. I got one more thing. I'm gonna...
Well, he's Star Wars related?
Yeah, Star Wars related. I'm gonna let out something a little personal. That's not even like... I'm not even trying to be super funny with it. One of my... I guess you would call them podcast idols, maybe? Like someone that I really look up to in the podcast world is Kevin Smith. This dude has like 10 shows a week come out. It's insane. Like, it's all he does. We struggle to do one. You know what I mean? And he does them, like, he fires them off back to back to back to back to back. Puts out so many. Well, he put an episode out on one of his shows called Smodcast. Episode 366. And it's called Good Night, Sweet Princess. And it was a whole show basically devoted to Carrie Fisher. And I listened to this episode, and I listen to them when I drive. Like, cause I have like a 35-minute drive to work, and so I listen to podcasts constantly. And I'm getting close to work one day, and a section of this episode hits, and I start tearing up because it's insanely emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't cry, but I was like, just like a little bit.
On the verge.
You're just like, oh God, but luckily I pulled up to work.
Turn this off before I start feeling emotions and stuff.
I know. Basically the episode was about when he was a kid, Star Wars came out, and he fell in love with Carrie Fisher and the Princess Leia, character. And then eventually, in his career, he actually had her in one of his movies. So, he actually became friends with her. Well, that day when I got off work, I was going to listen to the last of the episode. And the ending, he put out this, like a paragraph, I guess, like something he wrote on Instagram, and he read it at the end of this episode. And I'm about halfway to the house, and he's reading it. And I hit that point again, I'm like, cause it's crazy emotional. And then I lost it. I just started crying. Driving down the road by myself. I'm cruising into Death Jeddah and just bawling my eyes out. And then you called me. So the podcast pauses and I'm like, hello? And I heard the pause in your voice.
Like something just sounded off.
Like you wanted to be like,
I was like,
what's
he
wrong?
must have had a rough day or something.
But I think you had the kids going crazy and you needed me to get something from the store. So I think you just went, I don't care what's going on with him. Well,
no, whenever you're driving home from work, a lot of times you hit traffic and stuff like that. And you don't like to stay on the phone with me while you're driving home from work. Like, you always kind of rush off the phone. Cause I guess hey, I'm going to see you in just a little bit anyway. And, I was like, oh, he must have had a rough day. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want to talk. So I was like, okay, yeah, I need whatever from the store. I gotta go cause the kids are trying to set the house on fire or something. I don't know. But yeah, I knew something sounded off. And later that night, you're like, I have something to confess. You're like, I cried today.
Yeah. Cause I don't do that. I don't do it. No, I don't.
I couldn't tell you the last time that I saw you cry. I don't know. I've seen you cry before, but I could probably count it on one hand in 10 years of marriage.
I think maybe at my grandfather's funeral.
I know you cried that day.
And
I think that's the only time I've ever seen your dad cry, and that got me.
Yeah, that's when I lost it. I was
seeing your dad cry. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
We were at the funeral, and I was close to my grandpa, and he was a great person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He was just one of those people. He was an amazing person. He loved his family. He took care of his family. He was just an amazing person. And I was really upset, but I didn't cry. I was okay. And then I saw my dad turn around and he was crying and I was like, and then that was,
yeah, that broke my heart.
So, but I always,
you cried when your nanny died. We weren't able to go to her funeral because we literally got the call that she died as I was being checked into the hospital for preterm labor.
Yeah.
We had gone to a doctor's appointment. They're like, you're not going home. You're going into preterm labor. Go to the hospital right now. I was in triage getting checked in. We were scared out of our minds. I was only 28 weeks pregnant with the twins. And so we're sitting there getting checked in and we get the phone call that your nanny had passed away. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And yeah, you cried then, I remember. So that was a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah. So that's three times. Well, the reason that I wanted to tell you, and I didn't even wait, is because I always make fun of you.
I know you do. If we're watching a sad movie and it's a part that somebody would cry, a dog dies or something like that.
I immediately stop watching.
You stop watching the movie and you watch me.
Yep.
And you just wait.
Here comes the tears. And then you'll turn to me slowly and your eyes are all bloodshot and you're just like, leave me alone.
Stop looking at me. We were in the car the other day and a song came on and I immediately started crying. And I was like, we gotta turn it. This song's gonna make me cry. And you didn't turn it. You made me listen to the whole dang song and I cried throughout the entire song. And you didn't laugh out loud, but I'm pretty sure you were laughing inside of your head.
No, I just wanted you to enjoy such an emotional touch and I wanted you to be,
It was hormones. It's not like this song meant so much. It was pregnancy hormones.
It was, what was the name of that song? It was Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla.
No, it was not. I don't even remember what song it was.
All right, stop.
It wasn't that one, though. No, you
collaborate and listen.
No, stop.
I highly suggest going and checking out that episode. It was good. It was good. Now he is vulgar. There's language in that show for sure. I did reach out to him tonight and ask him if we could put the ending clip up for everybody to hear. So I'm going to do that. So if you hang tight after our episode, you're going to hear the last maybe like 3 minutes of what he read.
You played it for me and I cried.
Yeah.
If you listen to it and you don't cry, you have like I don't know, a heart of stone or something.
And it wasn't even, I didn't cry because of like Carrie Fisher passing away. Like that's not, I cried.
No, it was like...
Because I felt bad for him.
There was true, raw emotion.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was sad. It was really sad.
We definitely lost an icon, for sure. A lot of them last year. But I don't want to get into that. That's just depressing. But there you go. 25 minutes, and we've talked about Star Wars. That's a long time.
We didn't talk about Star Wars the whole time.
No, the whole time?
No, I went off on a tangent for, like, how... I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We covered quite a few stuff.
I gotta pee.
Go pee.
Don't be talking about me while I'm gone, either. I'm serious.
Okay.
This is where you pause it, and then we pick back up.
I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to do running commentary.
Oh my gosh.
Katie is now lifting herself very slowly out of the chair. You're, 16 weeks pregnant?
Yeah.
She's getting up a lot slower now. Like, it's much harder for her to get up out of chairs. Now, she got up really slow, but she waddled really fast to the bathroom. And, she pees all the time. Like, it's really bad. Before she got pregnant, she peed a lot. And now it's like every 5 minutes. It's insane. No, I didn't say anything about toilet paper. She uses a ton of toilet paper, though. It's crazy. She doesn't use like a lot of toilet paper at one time. It's just that she pees so much, she uses a lot of toilet paper.
I heard you say she uses a lot of toilet paper.
I didn't say anything about toilet paper until you said something about toilet paper.
You do not need to put it out on public display, my toilet paper usage.
Everybody uses toilet paper, sweetheart. Everybody.
I know, like, we're potty training the kids. And, sorry, I'm like out of breath now.
You waddled too fast to the bathroom. I did mention that. You waddled really fast.
Really,
You're like, do. It was funny because you got out of the chair so slow. And then you went,
once I'm up, I'm good to go. Yeah, once I'm up, it's fine. It's just the getting up part. We still have a long way to go. No, we're potty training the kids, and Reagan, they're starting to use the big potty some, and Reagan was sitting there the other day, and I was waiting for her to pee, and...
It's easier to clean up.
Oh, yeah. She reaches over, and she said, Mama, what's that? And it was the toilet paper. I said, oh, that's toilet paper. I was like, you use it to wipe after you're done. And I was like, if you pee in the potty, I will let you use some toilet paper and wipe yourself. And, like, to them, they're like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she did. She peed, and then I got her off some toilet paper, and I let her wipe, and she wiped herself, and then she just, like, held it in her hand. I was like, no, now you gotta put it in the potty so we can flush it. And she was like, she just had, like, this little smirky grin on her face, like that was really special. And I'm like, oh, man.
For our listeners, Katie smiled really big, like the Joker.
She did. She was so excited. And then Riley,
It's like, what are we doing?
I'm trying to teach Riley how to shake after he pees, but I mean, I'm not a dude.
You're not.
And he doesn't know how to hold it yet, so he sits down and he pees. But I want him to understand that, like, you know, girls wipe and guys shake. And so I don't really know how to teach him except for I'm like, okay, let's shake. And I, like, shake his whole body.
Yeah, that's not how we do it at all.
I know it's not.
Like, could you imagine if you walked
into... All right, so now.
You walk into the men's bathroom, right? You walk into the men's bathroom, and there's 3 urinals, right? And they're all filled up, and they start shaking, just like their whole bodies are shaking, like that toy. Did you ever see that toy when I was growing up? It was like a ball, and it had all of these little knots coming off of it, and you'd, like, flip a switch. And it would just, like, bounce.
Yeah,
like, I'm really glad that we don't have to get the urine out of our genital areas by, you know...
shaking your whole body.
Shaking your whole body.
I just don't know a better way to convey that to him right now because he doesn't understand the concept of holding it and shaking it.
He'll get the hold of it eventually.
Oh my gosh.
He'll get it.
But, like, he wants to wipe, and I'm like...
No.
Like... Boys don't, but I mean, like, I don't know. I'm sure there's some guys out there that might wipe.
Maybe.
when they pee. I don't know. But I'm like, that's not really, like, that's kind of for girls. But I'm like, do I tell them not to? I don't know. Like, we're gonna shake.
Yes, you tell him not to. That's the right thing to do.
But like, but now whenever I change their diapers, they want to hold a wipe and they want to wipe their own butt. And they think it's like the greatest thing.
Speaking of changing our kids' diapers, something happened the other night that I never in 1,000 years thought I would have this conversation with you or anyone. You were changing Reagan's diaper and you go, "Come here. Does this look weird?" And when I walked around, her diaper was off.
Oh, God.
And you had her little lady parts kind of like open. And I went, yes, this is weird. No, something looked different to you. Like, she's changing. She's growing.
Yeah.
And, you were like, does this look different? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You change them way more than I do. I don't know. All I know is you're like, hey, does this look weird? And I look. And I was like, yeah, it looks weird. But like, I never thought about that. Like, watching your children grow and evolve. You know what I mean? Like, they're constantly either learning new things or getting bigger, longer, stronger. Reagan slapped me in the face tonight.
She did hard. Like, she was throwing a fit, and I saw, like, she reared her hand back, and she came around and said, boom, right in your face. And I was like,
oh, it hurt. It hurt. I've been in fights before with men that didn't hit me that hard.
She'll get mad at me, and she'll grab my hand and, like, scratch it and pinch it.
Like I do with the steering wheel in the car?
Vicious. No. Just like a wild animal. It's vicious. And I'm like, oh my God, you're my sweet little baby girl. What are you doing?
I don't know. Children, oh man, we're having another one. What is wrong with us? We're going to do it though. We're going to do a good job. It's going to be fun. All the stuff we just talked about, are we telling any poop stories?
No, not yet.
Do you have any? Because
I do have a poop story. Because, Rebecca requested a poop story. Yeah. And I do have a poop story.
Okay, Rebecca, here it comes, just for you.
This is actually, I'm kind of going into, I don't want to say uncharted territory. Veering from the usual. This is my own poop story.
Do I know this story?
No. This is
fresh.
Well, and it's, okay. Anybody who is a parent or ever been in charge of small children knows that you have no privacy. And then sometimes nature calls. And it's no secret that I use the bathroom with the door open here at home all the time. Like, to the point I've had...
Frequently. I covered that earlier while you were gone.
My mom was over one day, and I accidentally went in the bathroom and peed with the door open. And I didn't realize it until it was too late. Like, I was, like, mid-pee.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. The door is wide open. Because I never close the door. It's, it's always me and the kids here. Well, the other day, I had to go number 2. And so there I am trying to use the bathroom, and the kids are running around, and they have like this habit. They want to come and like get in my face when I'm trying to use the bathroom. What you doing, mama? What you doing?
You pee-pee in the potty?
You pee-pee in the potty? And like, Reagan's in there like in my face, and she's like looking at my underwear, and like she's like stooped down examining my underwear.
Yeah.
And then she goes over, she starts getting in the cabinet in the bathroom. And it's full of cosmetics, hair products, just stuff she doesn't need to play with. And I'm like, Reagan, get out of there. And of course, no. And there's not really much I can do about it. It's like she knows, what are you gonna do? I'm out of your reach. Like, she wasn't within my arm's reach.
And she's like, she's fine. She hasn't shaken yet. She's not gonna come after me until she starts shaking her body.
Yeah, so it's like she knew I couldn't reach her. So she's blundered through the cabinet, and I'm like, Reagan, stop. Reagan, close that door. I start counting. I say, I'm like,
she's
1,
smart.
and she turned around and says, 2. I'm like, oh. And then Riley, he like peeks in there. What you doing, mama? And then he sees that I'm using the bathroom. Well, right outside of our bathroom, there's a linen closet. Well, because our apartment is tiny, not only do we have linens in this closet, we have the vacuum cleaner, wrapping paper, coloring books and crayons, all kinds of various
tape, puzzles, games.
Things that a lot of things they're not allowed to play with,
First
like the
aid kit.
wrapping paper in the first aid kit.
It's vanilla ice paper.
He loves to go in this closet and mess with things. So it's like he looks in there and sees that I'm incapacitated.
Yeah.
And goes out and directly goes and opens the closet door, and I hear it. And I was like, Riley, get out of there. Get out of there. Riley, close that door right now. And he comes and he just peeks at me and just runs off giggling. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So, like, he's on one side, he's going through the closet. She's rummaging in the cabinet. And I'm like, oh my God, please just give me a minute.
And
At that point, you gotta, like, pinch it off. And, like,
the poop cutter.
go get the children under control. It was like, oh my gosh. It was like, just like 2 minutes. Like,
wait.
it was all, just like 2 minutes.
Let's put this out there. This is a podcast. And you know how many people download this podcast. A lot. I mean, it's not like insane amounts of numbers, but it's a good amount. And you just told the whole world, which we all do it. We all know that, but
Everybody poops.
everybody poops, but it's a really private and intimate thing.
But everybody does it.
And everybody that's listening to this just pictured you pinching it off. So you're like,
well, the last
kids-
episode you talked about trying to look at your butthole in
yeah,
the
well,
mirror.
I'm gross and everything. Everybody expects that out of me. So the kids, I'm going to recap. The kids are pulling stuff, one out of the linen closet, one out of the what is that thing called? The cabinet. And I'm sure it's like Mary Poppins pulling stuff out of that purse. They're just like, when a lamp comes out and they're just stuff's going everywhere. And you're like, that's it. I got to cut it off.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't sit here any longer.
So
I have to go get the kids under control.
You've already
before they
counted?
get into something that hurts themselves.
You've already counted to 3 and you got cut off by them counting back to you.
I've
Nothing.
raised my voice. I've counted.
Yeah.
I've tried to get, I was like, come here.
Yep.
Come here to me. I would rather you be up in my face than getting in stuff you're not supposed to. I tried everything. Everything.
So there you go. You squeeze and bloop, and then just go after him, huh? That's the day in the life
Yeah.
of Katie the twin mom McKnight.
Yeah. It is a day in the life.
www.patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show.
If you enjoyed this story, go visit our Patreon page.
Oh, you know what? We didn't talk about last time with Patreon that I'm always like doing stuff without your permission and changing things.
Mm-hmm.
And something that I did that we had never done before is I added rewards. Dum, dum, dum.
You did tell me about that. I think after you did it.
Yeah, definitely after I did it. So I wanted to share some of those, and you can give me your thoughts because we really didn't talk about it. I mean, I'm not going to change it.
There goes the ice maker.
It's okay. One day we're going to have a house where I have a room and I'm not podcasting in a kitchen. So the least amount of money that you can contribute on Patreon is $1. And then you can go up to however much you want. But the company has it set up so that you can add rewards, right? So I did that. And I just wanted to share a couple of the rewards for everybody to know what's going on and what you can get. Now, the first reward is called, the first level is called Become a Patron. For $1 or more a month, you unlock exclusive content and get to join our community of patrons. You have access to a feed of patron-only content, and you get to connect with the other patrons. So, like, it's kind of like Facebook, sort of, but, like, you really can't do anything unless you're a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Level 2, stick this. Now, this is for patrons that do $5 or more a month. We will ship a sticker directly to your house. So you get a Bob and Katie Show sticker. I actually was going to talk to you about that today. We got to get 2 of them out. I got kind of nervous because those 2, both of them are going to England. And I was like, oh God, how much does it cost to send something to England? But it's actually not that much.
Yeah, it's like a package. It's just an envelope.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh man, what if it costs like $15? And I'm like, oh, we're going to have to take this back down.
No.
We're going in the hole. So you get a sticker. We should write a letter too, don't you think? We should do something personal. Make it more than just a sticker. Can you write the letter? My handwriting and spelling is atrocious.
Sure.
Like handwrite it. Like we'll be like pen pals.
Okay. Who doesn't like receiving a handwritten letter?
There you go. So 2 of you guys, you guys are going to have letters coming in the mail. Awesome.
That should happen more than it does.
Level number 3, the Creeper Cast. For $15, you will become a big part of an episode.
And you refer to them as creepers?
No, us. We're the creepers.
Oh.
It's called Creeper Cast. What happens is if you contribute $15 or more a month, when you become a patron, we're going to search the internet for you. Facebook.
Like Google them? Like
Yeah.
we're going to Google these
Yeah, we're going to
people?
Google the person.
Oh my god. What
And
if
we're
people don't want to be Googled?
They can tell us. If they decide they want to give us $15 but don't want us to do it, just
Like,
reach
I
out
really
to us.
like your show. I want to donate money, but I
Yeah,
don't want you to
don't
be
talk
creeping
about-
on me.
And we're going to talk about what we find. So if you're like, go for it, then it's your fault. We find that saucy picture of you in the Bahamas. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So
has anybody donated that much yet?
No.
We don't get to creep on anybody
no,
yet?
nobody yet.
We need somebody to do that. That's going to be fun.
And then, level 4, it's called the Be Our Guest.
Be.
Our guest. Be our guest. That's
We're
it.
not going to
No.
feed you, but...
Yeah. Did we both just forget the words to that or?
No.
Oh, you knew it?
Yeah.
Okay. For
'Cause
20,
it's like, put our dining to the test. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're not going to feed
we're
you.
not going to go into Beauty and the Beast rant right now. No. So the Be a Guest on an episode, is pretty self-explanatory. You get, that level plus everything before. So you're going to get a sticker, you're going to get the Creeper Cast, and you get to be on an episode. So after we creep you a little bit, then we'll call you up and talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go.
That'll be fun.
www.patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. Booyah! No?
Booyah. What is
Never mind. Forget it. Courtney put some topics up she'd like for us to cover.
Okay.
Quite a few of them, actually. I don't know if we're going to do all of them. I'll just read them to you and you see if you think of something that you want to hit.
Okay.
Favorite memories? What you're looking forward to in the future? That one's easy. The kids getting college degrees and moving out.
And making lots of money.
Yeah, buying me a house. Favorite scary movies? And embarrassing things.
Oh my goodness. That is such a... Oh my gosh. Favorite memories? I'm sure we've probably covered plenty of those over the course of our podcasts. And I can't think of like one specific thing. Like the birth of my children, obviously, is...
One of your favorites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The day, the given thing, the day we got married.
Yeah, that one's okay too.
What?
I'm going to tell you what, going and seeing Weird Yankovic,
Oh my gosh.
now that is an amazing memory.
I know.
Oh my gosh, one of the best days
definitely
of my
smiled
life.
bigger that day than on our wedding day.
Oh,
I'm sure
absolutely.
of it. I'm sure of it.
I love you. I do.
I think after we left there, you compared it to the birth of our children.
Yeah.
Like that you may have been happier at the concert than the day our children were born. Yeah, I put that out there for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of gross stuff that happens when you're giving birth to a child.
When our experience with childbirth was very stressful.
Yeah. It's going to be weird this time because it's on track to be normal. Like,
Yeah.
it's on track to be a normal birth. So we'll see how it
We sure
goes.
hope so.
Yeah.
No coming early.
And I don't get like, what is the word? Like, I'm not going to faint or anything. Like, the sight of blood, any of that, it doesn't gross me out. Now, if you have a regular, what is it, vaginal, it comes out of your whoop whoop, that thing.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm in the room, but they let me just go down there and like hang out.
Yeah.
I don't mean like inside, but I mean like,
No,
just
you get to
behind.
watch.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and I know, like, I was in the room when my sister gave birth to Mason,
Yeah.
and they asked, his father if he wanted to see, so.
That's a memory. It's not a good memory for me, but I do have a memory involving your sister and the day she gave birth. We were all in the room. Not when she was giving birth, but like, we were like, she's going into labor and we're chilling, right? And the doctor comes in and I'm sitting off to the corner and like her legs are in the stirrup things, but she has like a gown over her and the sheet and the doctor comes in and without any warning pulls up his chair and goes into the sheet.
Yeah.
Now I can't see anything. So, I mean, it's okay. It's whatever. And your sister's not shy at all.
No.
Like she's not shy. Well, the doctor has his hand, under the sheet and it's moving around. I can see his elbow jerking back and forth. I don't know what's going on, but he's, just checking things.
Yeah.
Well, he goes, well, I think it's about time, and pulls his hand out.
Oh.
And there's this long string of clear, gooiness that kind of looks like that commercial, like, you know, if like a pizza commercial when they pull the pizza away. And like
my gosh.
And I just go, I gotta go. Not because it like grossed me out, but I was like, all right, stuff's fixing to start falling out of there. And I don't want to be in this room when it happens.
Oh my gosh.
So it's not an embarrassing memory, but it's a memory. And it's one that we've never covered before. It might be embarrassing to her that we're talking about it on our podcast. But, you know.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And what was that? What was the other stuff?
Favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie. Oh man, that's hard.
It is hard.
I don't even, I don't know.
We haven't done a whole lot of scary movies since the kids have been born.
No, I'm like a really big softie, and I have a harder time with scary movies since becoming a mom. Especially, like, when it's stuff that could really happen.
Yeah.
You know, I have a harder time. I could watch anything before, and since becoming a mom, I'm a really big softie, and we've watched some, but not very many scary movies.
It wasn't even a scary movie, but we were watching Game of Thrones when, I can't even remember the name of the characters, they went to the castle, and they were having, like, the dinner, but it turned out the dinner was like a trap.
Oh, it was a wedding.
Yeah, it was a wedding, and someone walked up behind the woman that was pregnant and started stabbing her in the stomach. And that was like shortly after we had the kids.
That was like that was very soon after. And
I was like, I can't watch this show anymore. I mean, we did watch the show because it's freaking incredible. But like for a split second.
It was disturbing. Highly disturbing.
Before we had the kids, I wouldn't have blinked. I'd have been like, wow, that was impactful, but it wouldn't have done anything to me, you know?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. Having kids changes you.
It does.
Yeah. As far as favorite scary movie, I don't think I can name one. I've seen so many, and I don't know. I don't really have a favorite that stands out.
I have a favorite,
What's your favorite?
I can't watch it anymore.
Okay.
When I was younger, we've covered this before. My parents let me watch stuff when I was young that I shouldn't have been watching, but thankfully they did, because I feel like I wasn't sheltered that much, and so I didn't go out and go crazy. The Blair Witch Project.
That's your favorite scary movie?
I think
really?
so, man. Somebody got it for me on VHS. For any of you young kids, that's a big black box with tape in it. And you would stick it into a much bigger black box, not unlike a DVD player. But you can't skip anything. They had a fast forward button, but it didn't move quick. But yeah, I must have watched that movie 50 to 60 times. I tore that tape up. And I enjoyed it, yeah.
Huh.
But I haven't watched it in years, and I'm scared that if I do,
if you watch it now,
it's gonna ruin it for me. But there's a new one coming out, and I want to see it. I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, that's interesting.
We need to start wrapping it up.
Well, what was the rest of the questions?
Favorite memories. What do you look forward to in the future? Favorite scary movies, embarrassing things. I think we covered pretty much all of it.
Yeah, I think we've definitely covered embarrassing things over the course of this podcast. I've already told the story of like one of my most embarrassing moments. And
it wasn't when you were, pinching your poop off in the bathroom?
No.
What was it?
Oh my gosh, you're tell it again.
You don't have to tell it again, just mention it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was in 6th grade.
Okay. Oh, when you farted in class?
Yes,
yeah, that was pretty good. We were in the middle
of taking a test.
Katie goes, toot toot.
And the room was completely silent, and my pencil rolled off my desk. And whenever I'd already been like holding this fart in for a while. Mm-hmm. And whenever I leaned over to pick up my pencil off the ground, I farted, and it just echoed off of that plastic chair. And the whole class, of course, started laughing, and everybody knew it was me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was
and you. I was mortified. I think I cried. I put my head down, and I think I cried because I was so embarrassed.
Well, thank goodness you're a pretty girl.
I wasn't back then.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, God, no, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No. Have you seen photos of me from 6th grade? Oh, my God.
That's all right.
Mm-mm.
We got to wrap it up, but I want to end with one Bob O'Clock news story.
Welcome to the Bob O'Clock News.
All right, there was this family who got a dog, and I think it was like a pit bull. Might have been mixed with something else, but it was, big dog. And first mistake, they named the dog Scarface.
Did they get the dog for Christmas?
I don't know how they got the dog.
dog?
You know me.
Oh, so it wasn't like he was under the tree with a bow around his neck.
Oh, I don't think so. But they had a dog, they named it Scarface. Here's the thing with naming animals. You can't get a dog and name it Cujo, because history shows Cujo ain't a good name for a dog, because
don't be speaking that on him.
Yeah, that dog killed everybody, right? And you're gonna name your dog after a movie character that was a psychopath and a serial killer. First mistake. Mistake number 2, this family tried to make a pit bull wear a sweater.
We had pit bulls before that wore sweaters.
Not one's named Scarface.
No, like Princess. Princess wore a sweater, I know.
There you go. See,
she was always cold.
You named that dog Princess, and that dog was a wonderful dog.
She was really sweet.
Well, apparently Scarface wasn't...
Scarface wouldn't have it.
He wouldn't have it.
You put on sweaters on Scarface.
Yeah, and he ate the family.
Oh my God.
No, he didn't eat them, but he attacked the family and hurt 3 people in that family.
I mean, like, are they okay?
Yeah, they're okay, but I mean, like...
Oh my God. Was that was on Christmas?
Yeah. It was right around Christmas.
Oh my gosh. That dog really did not want to wear that sweater.
He's like, I don't wear the sweater. I don't want to wear the sweater. Why are you putting the sweater on me? Why are you putting the sweater on me?
Oh my gosh.
And it was kind of like a dominoes effect from the way that I hear it. Like, the dog attacked the one person trying to put the sweater on, and then somebody jumped in to break it up, and then the dog attacked that person, and then like a third person jumped in.
Oh my gosh.
And then the dog got that person.
Wow.
So, ruh-roh.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Don't name your dog Scarface or Manson or anything like that. Just don't do it. Name your dog stuff like, I don't know,
Fluffy.
Max.
Fluffy.
Princess.
Gus. Gus was a good dog.
Why you want to end the show on a sad note? I'm already doing that enough with this Kevin Smith clip I'm going to put at the end.
Gus was our dog, and he died.
Yeah.
We miss him.
Find your laugh.
Find your happy.
Okay, everybody. Here is the Kevin Smith podcast ending from his podcast called Smodcast, episode 366. Good night, sweet princess.
Just to finish out, I'll read the thing that I wrote on Instagram. A bunch of people seem to like it, so here goes. The princess stole my heart at age 7. Anybody who knows me knows Carrie Fisher was my first love. I thrilled to the adventures of Princess Leia in the Star Wars movies, but from 1977 to 1984, I was in love with Carrie Fisher herself. My bedroom was filled with Carrie Fisher pictures from any movie she was ever in, including Polaroids I took off the TV when the Blues Brothers had cable. I was jealous of Paul Simon when he was dating Carrie Fisher, like I said before, and wouldn't listen to his music until they split up. I paid to see Carrie Fisher and Chevy Chase in Under the Rainbow 9 times when it was in theaters, mostly because Carrie Fisher was in underwear in one scene. In childhood, I committed myself to Carrie Fisher without ever meeting her the way novice nuns commit themselves to Christ without meeting him. Decades later, I got to tell her this, when Carrie Fisher and Jay Mewes were in a station wagon on the set of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. She was gracious about hearing it for the zillionth time from the zillionth man or woman who grew up idolizing her, but wickedly added, I'm glad to know I helped you find your lightsaber. And with that, she stopped being Carrie Fisher to me. And she just became Carrie. That's the Carrie I'll always remember, the dutiful standard bearer of childhood dreams with a wicked sense of humor and a way with words. She didn't want to get paid for her role in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I just told the story. Instead, she asked that we buy her these antique beaver chairs. Her reason, beaver seems an appropriate currency for this movie. When she was a guest on season 1 of our Hulu show, Spoilers, Carrie curled up in the throne like she belonged there. And she did. After all, she was royalty. As a boy, I dreamed of marrying Carrie Fisher. As a young filmmaker, I dreamed of casting Carrie Fisher. As an adult, I dreamed of being as sharp-witted and prepossessed as Carrie Fisher. And now that Carrie Fisher's gone, I'll dream of my friend Carrie, whose entire magnificent career I was lucky enough to witness, whose honesty made me a better person, and whose spirit, like the Force, will be with us always. Good night, sweet princess. My heart goes out to Billy, her kid, Todd, her brother. Thanks, Carrie. for the time and for the inspiration and for reminding me not to waste time. I love you. That's Modcast for this week, man. I'm Kevin Smith.
Scott Mosier.
Have a